Welcome to Headline Hub Updates. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. Manila, Philippines. At Fort Magsaysay, anticipation hangs in the air as the first rays of sunlight illuminate the training grounds. Soldiers gather, their faces a mix of excitement and determination, aware that they stand on the threshold of a new era for the Philippine Army. The Army is considering a bold leap forward, acquiring a new fleet of modern tanks that could transform its capabilities and redefine its role in the region. This isn't just about adding new hardware to the arsenal. It's a powerful signal to the world that the Philippines is ready to defend its sovereignty and interests in a rapidly changing and increasingly contested region. For decades, the Army relied on aging light tanks and armored personnel carriers, vehicles that served well for internal security, but are now outmatched by modern threats. The focus is shifting decisively from internal security operations to robust territorial defense, especially as regional tensions rise. The search for a modern main battle tank marks a historic turning point. It has ignited a national debate, stirring both pride and curiosity among Filipinos who see this as a step toward a stronger, more capable military. Names like Japan's Type 74, Indonesia's Harimau Hitam, and the US M10 Booker are now part of the conversation, each offering unique advantages in firepower, technology, and reliability. Each tank represents more than just firepower. It's about forging new partnerships, gaining access to advanced technology, and redefining the Army's evolving role in both national and regional security. The decision is deeply strategic, with long-term implications for the nation's defense posture and its standing among neighboring countries. It's a choice that will shape military doctrine and alliances for years to come. As of August 30th, 2025, the story is still unfolding. Military planners, diplomats, and soldiers alike are watching closely, aware that the outcome will influence not just the Army, but the entire nation's future. The choice of a new main battle tank will define a new chapter for the Philippine Army, one marked by modernization, renewed strength, and unwavering resolve to protect the country's sovereignty and people. The push for modern tanks is driven by urgent realities in the West Philippine Sea, where tensions are rising and the security landscape is rapidly evolving. The region has become a flashpoint, with frequent encounters between rival vessels and an ever-present risk of escalation. In this environment, old assumptions about regional stability and defense are being challenged and no longer hold true. Policymakers and military leaders are forced to rethink strategies that once seemed sufficient. The Philippine Army must now prepare for the very real possibility of defending its coastlines and remote islands from external threats, a scenario that was once considered unlikely but is now a pressing concern. While light tanks and APCs are well suited for jungle warfare and internal security, they lack the firepower and protection needed to deter or confront modern, well-equipped adversaries in a conventional conflict. The shift from counterinsurgency operations to a focus on territorial defense marks a major pivot in military doctrine, making the development of a credible and modern armored force absolutely essential for national security. The presence of foreign vessels, the construction of militarized islands, and increasingly assertive actions by neighboring states have exposed vulnerabilities that the Philippine government is now determined to address head-on. Modernizing the armored corps is key to building a layered and resilient defense, with the Army positioned as the final guarantor of the nation's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The urgent search for new tanks is a direct response to these emerging threats, as defense planners race against time to ensure the country is not left vulnerable in a rapidly changing security environment. The Department of National Defense understands that the window to build credible deterrence is now, and that delay could have serious consequences for the nation's future. A capable and modern tank fleet will not only strengthen the country's defenses, but also send a clear signal of the Philippines' unwavering commitment to defend every inch of its territory, no matter the challenge. The Philippine Army's armored units have long made do with outdated vehicles like the FV-101 Scorpion and M113 APCs, relics of a different era. These platforms, though upgraded, can't match modern threats in firepower or protection. Transitioning to a modern armored force means overhauling doctrine, training, and logistics. New tanks bring advanced fire control, powerful engines, and better armor, requiring a new generation of tech-savvy soldiers. The Army's leadership now seeks a game-changer, not just incremental upgrades. Modernization will boost troop morale and enable better cooperation with allies. Moving to a standardized modern fleet is crucial for the Philippines to become a reliable regional security partner. Japan's Type 74, a second-generation main battle tank, is a leading contender. Its 105mm gun and adjustable suspension offer significant upgrades over current Philippine vehicles, especially for hilly terrain. As Japan retires these tanks, they could be transferred affordably, allowing rapid force buildup. However, the Type 74's steel armor and dated electronics are vulnerable to modern threats, and long-term parts supply is uncertain. While it's a pragmatic, low-cost entry point, it's also a platform at the end of its technological life. The Type 74 would boost firepower and doctrine development and strengthen ties with Japan. But it comes with clear compromises in technology and sustainability. It's a stepping stone, not a long-term solution. The Harimau Hitam, developed by Indonesia and Turkey, is a modern medium tank tailored for Southeast Asia's terrain. Weighing 30 to 35 tons, it offers excellent mobility for the Philippines' jungles and islands. Its 105mm gun can fire advanced anti-tank missiles, and its fire control system enables day-night combat. Modular armor and regional design make it a strong fit, and logistics would benefit from proximity to Indonesia. Choosing Harimau would deepen ASEAN ties and promote regional defense industry collaboration. However, as a new platform, it lacks a long combat record and may face teething issues. Its protection is good for a medium tank, but less than a full MBT, and it's pricier than the Type 74. The Harimau is a modern, regionally focused, and technologically advanced choice. It balances capability with regional cooperation. The US M10 Booker is the most advanced option, designed for mobile firepower and integration with modern battlefield networks. Armed with a new 105mm gun and advanced fire control, it offers exceptional accuracy and lethality. Its digital systems enable seamless integration with US-supplied assets, enhancing interoperability. Choosing the Booker would cement the US-Philippine alliance and provide access to top-tier training and support. However, it's the most expensive option and requires highly trained crews and maintainers. At 40 tons, it's heavier than Harimau, but lighter than traditional MBTs, still a challenge for some infrastructure. The Booker is a high-tech, high-cost, high-reward choice, demanding significant national commitment. It's about more than a tank. It's about a long-term strategic partnership. The tank choice is a strategic crossroads, shaped by terrain, alliances, and doctrine. The Philippines' mountains, jungles, and islands demand mobility and deployability. Super heavy tanks are impractical. The Type 74's suspension suits varied terrain. The Harimau is optimized for tropical mobility. The Booker offers rapid deployment with advanced tech. The Army must weigh numbers, regional synergy, or cutting-edge capability. Each choice signals a different alliance: Japan, ASEAN, or the US. The decision will shape doctrine: mass defense with Type 74, agile tactics with Harimau, or networked warfare with Booker. The selected tank will define how Filipino soldiers fight and think for a generation. It's not just about equipment, it's about the future of Philippine defense. The final decision is a delicate balancing act, weighing cost, capability, and the value of strategic cooperation. Each factor pulls in a different direction, making the choice far from straightforward. In an ideal world, the perfect tank would blend the Type 74's affordability, the Harimau's regional design tailored for Southeast Asia, and the Booker's cutting-edge technology. But reality rarely offers such a simple solution. No single tank can deliver everything at once. Budget constraints are a constant challenge, with defense spending competing against urgent national needs like education, healthcare, and infrastructure. Every peso spent on tanks is a peso not spent elsewhere. The Type 74's lower upfront cost means more tanks on the ground, but older models can become expensive to maintain and upgrade over time, potentially straining resources in the long run. On the other hand, the Booker offers unmatched firepower, advanced sensors, and superior mobility. But all these advantages come at a significant premium, limiting the number that can be acquired. Both the Harimau and Booker provide state-of-the-art systems and enhanced crew protection. which is not just a technical upgrade, but a moral and operational imperative for any modern army. Ultimately, the Army must carefully consider what risks it's willing to accept for its soldiers, balancing the desire for quantity with the need for quality and survivability on the battlefield. Strategic partnerships are just as crucial as technical specifications. The tank chosen will influence not only battlefield performance, but also shape alliances and defense cooperation for decades to come. The selected tank will lock the Philippines into a specific technological and logistical ecosystem, affecting training, maintenance, and supply chains for an entire generation of soldiers. The weight of this decision is immense, carrying long-term consequences for national security, military readiness, and the country's ability to respond to future threats. Striking the right balance will not only determine the strength of the Philippine Army, but also help define the nation's place and influence within the region for years to come. This modernization is about more than tanks. It's about securing the nation's future. The goal is credible defense, not provocation, ensuring sovereignty and peace through strength. Modern tanks are an investment in soldiers' safety and national pride, honoring their dedication. For too long, troops have made do with less. Now, they deserve the best tools for the job. A new tank fleet will boost morale, attract talent, and symbolize progress. The journey will be challenging, but it marks a pivotal renewal for the Philippine Army. As the sun sets, the rumble of new tanks will echo hope and resolve, a foundation for lasting peace. The choice will be tough, but it will forge a stronger, more secure Philippines.